YouTube there, this is Sincere Michael from Screen Productions with an early podcast on my show called The Secret Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. I will do my best not to breathe so hard during this podcast, not trying to cause any audio feedback as well. Now, anyway, let's get into this latest episode of Zyuohger. Now, the way this episode we start off when it last off in the previous episode. The evil Six Ranger Zyuohger uses to unleash the Beastborn to take down the Zyuohgers, but somehow they managed to survive Zyuohger's attack and still managed to be in waiting mode. So anyway, Nadia was watching from a high place while Master Guinness and the other lieutenants were watching from the spaceship. Now, Yamato and others like how can Master Guinness create his own ranger, and now they explain that ever since it turns out Master Guinness watch Yamato when Larry gave him his gorilla zoom-in powers, and also for the results of Larry giving Yamato his zoom-in powers, he also created the cube Gorilla as well. So basically, ever since that day, he's been hunting down Zoomins, but until he found these three Zoomins, being the crocodile, the rhino, and the wolf, and create his own special Q morpher and fuse it together with the Q with a human and create a new world. So anyway, Zyuohger some of his cubes are what is cube flashlight morpher is summoned the one of the Qzor. Now the one of the Qzor is basically does not have a cube point. It's like a big truck, a big black truck that looks like a rhino, and front and the front there had the number 9 on it. So anyway, attached to the cargo of the rhino cubes were these two cubes. This orange cube that can cube crocodile, and this silver cube that can cube wolf. So together, they started to attack the Zyuohgers and the German 7 Day Zords, and the fight was not going very well until for the Zyuohgers until the world combine all his three cubes together and form the Total Zoom Megazord. Now the rhino came the body, the legs, and one of the arms one of the arms, and the crocodile came the other arm, and the wolf became the head. So basically, the Zyuohgers combined these together and formed the Wild King Megazord, and they finished on it, but Zyuohger managed to took him down. The Zyuohger Megazord managed to took down the Wild King Megazord. without any effort at all. So basically, what about Zuo is about to finish him, but Master Goodness is like, nah, that would be boring to finish him off very quickly. You know, look, let's retreat, let's come back. You know, I want to play with them a little longer. So Zuo. We treated left the Zyuohgers in their defeated Megazord So anyway, back at Yamato's Uncle Mario house, you know. Like the Zyuohgers are very frustrated how they got their ass kicked by Zyuohger and shit. So basically, they were all put on this front. Yamato was like, this guy, that Zyuohger guy is too very scary, and he respected his feelings for how he feels about Zyuohger and shit. And the others are like, we're not scared of Zyuohger, we're not scared of that guy, and that's when Uncle Mario came in wearing a Wino costume and scared the shit out of him. They thought he was the world. Thought he was the world. The must run out where the hideout was. So it was just Uncle Mario in a Wino suit. So basically, the Zyuohgers was put off cool, pretending they was not scared, about Uncle Mario and his Rhino suit, even though they thought he was Zyuohger and shit like that. So anyway, meanwhile, the Death Alien lieutenants were catching Master Gid's ass about him creating his own Zyuohger Ranger and whatnot, blah blah blah. So basically, Zyuohger is going to stay here. It's going to be stay on the space until I say so. So basically, the monster compass is saying, Master Goodness for the monster compass to go back on Earth and continue your work messing with the humans and shit like that. So Compass went down with this new he had this new ability. He tracked people into a box that was shaped like a deck of cards. So basically, there was these 4 cards on each of these boxes. So basically, you had to guess. So basically, if you would have got close to this big box of cards with the people trapped inside, whoever got closer will be hit by an explosion and being knocked out and shit like that. So anyway, the Zyuohgers showed up, and they started to do battle with Compass, with the Death Alien monster Compass. Now, during the battle, Compass shouted Zyuohger to trick them and say, "Oh, Zyuohger," and he managed to defeat them very easily. And Compass was like, you guys are afraid of Zyuohger. How pathetic! And he just left the area. So anyway, back on the Death Alien shit, they realized that this could be a good thing, but a good thing for us, but also a bad thing for Compass, for the Death Alien monster as well. If she keeps on shouting "New World" like that, So anyway. somewhere in some park somewhere, the Yamato and others like, Doubutsu, like, the way we fought today, against that's when he started Zyuohger, we fought like a bunch of bitches. So basically, Yamato and others admitted that they were scared of you world, they admitted, you were a scary dude, whatnot, basically, but by admitting that they're scared of you world, they was not no longer afraid of him. So basically, when Compass attacks the next time, they're like, well, if you shows up or not, we must not show any type of fear against him. So anyway, when they thought that this alien monster Compass again, he tried to do well and tried to trick them, but this time they was not falling to it, and Compass was getting his ass kicked very badly, and that's when Master Guinness said, "Alright, go help Compass." So anyway, Zyuohger showed up, and even though the Rangers was afraid when Zyuohger actually showed up, they was like, they stood tall with no fear, and they went on the attack. So basically, he managed to toss Tusk, Armor, Selma, and Leo to the side where you are, but Yamato used his eagle human powers and his eagle on his sword and took Zyuohger away from the battlefield, while the others deal with Compass. So anyway, with some teamwork, they managed to take down Compass. And in typical fashion, Nadia made Compass use the coin to make Compass grow, and all the Q-Zords, and form the Wild Zoo King Megazord, and start to do battle with Compass. So anyway, meanwhile, at some river stream somewhere, Yamato and Zyuohger were fighting each other. It's a good ass fight and whatnot. So they was going all at it and shit. Zyuohger was in his, what's in his werewolf form, what's in his werewolf zooming form and shit like that, and Yamato transformed into his gorilla form. These guys was just going at it. So anyway, so the others used the Q-Bear app to take out Compass once and for all and destroy him. Meanwhile, even though Yamato put up a good fight, you unleash unleashed the beast. He took unleashed the beast form on him and did his attack and forced Yamato to demorph. So anyway, Zyuohger was about to finish Yamato until he started to grab his head and he demorphed back to his human form, and this is how the episode ended. So basically, this episode did have a good message to it. Like, it's alright to be afraid of something, but it's alright to be afraid. Sometimes it's alright to be afraid of something. That way you can overcome your fears and shit like that. And also Master Guinness was also shows that Master Guinness is not a complete dumb idiot. He had this planned out all this time to create evil Zyuohger ever since Yamato got Larry's human powers and whatnot. But I think the stupidest thing that Master Guinness did in this episode, he should have let finish the Rangers off when he had a chance. That's the only stupid thing that Master Guinness did in this whole episode. So anyway, this was a good episode. So anyway, this is Michael from Studio Productions. Signing off. 1.